Hello, this is my second attempt to film the worst Apple book tag ever. My name is Lena, and welcome to my channel. I was tagged by Richardson Reads. All the links I'll put into info box down below. So first question, Granny Smith, an overbearingly sweet work or character. And I chose one of the series by Alice Peters. She has a series about Brother Catfile, medieval whodunits, and she has the Phelps Investigations series that all the books they are all the stories they take place in England after World War II. So this is the first book. The main character is Dominic Phelps. He is in this book. He is 13 years old, and he investigates his first crime. He has accidentally found a dead body. So he investigates this crime. And Dominic himself is alright, he's fine, but his family, they are so understanding, they are so supportive, they are so ideal, they're just too sweet. I love this book very much. The way Alice Peters describes this young man that came back from World War II and how they try to fit in this peaceful life, how they try to be teachers again, be farmers again, and it was I liked it very much. It was, I don't know, very true and very moving. And she also describes a population in England at that time, how multinational it was, and how problematic some of the relationships between these nations were. I love this book. So the second question, Fuji, a walk about a mountain. And this is going to be a dead mountain. I'm sorry guys, it's going to take some time. Dead Mountain by Danny Acher. It's a non-fiction. It's kind of an investigation too. And a team of hikers, 9 people, 1 mature man and 8 students, 6 boys, 2 girls. They were hiking in Siberia, in the mountain, in winter. And they didn't make it home, and they were found dead, they were found frozen, dead from the exposure, and they were not clothed properly. Some of them didn't have shoes on, some of them didn't have these winter jackets on, and the tent looked like it was slashed. So it looked like they were trying to get out in panic. And there are some conspiracy theories, and the explanation hasn't been found yet, the definite explanation. And Danny Acher tries to solve this. The book was alright, I liked it. I liked all the stories about this time, about hackers. It was also after World War II. It's from 50s, 58, I don't remember, sorry guys. The third question, Red Delicious, a book that would be perfect if it was only judged by its cover. And this is going to be Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. my copy, and I think it's a very, very beautiful and intriguing and kind of scary. I like these mountains, this kind of plain looking girl, this very handsome man, moonlight in water, and a sail. I love this color. And I love the book as well. It's about a young and experienced girl that falls in love with a rich widower, and they get married, and she comes with him into his house mannerly, his manor, into this huge house, and she has to compete with a long dead woman. She has to compete with memories, with this ghost of his wife, his first wife, Rebecca. So I like this book very much. The question number 4, Golden Yellow, a book with yellow on the cover. And this is going to be this book, Tara Road by Miff Binchy. And I swear, guys, this is yellow. It's so far it's my favorite book by Miff Binchy. A woman has an ideal life, an ideal husband, an ideal family, an ideal house, but then something happens and her life starts crumbling all around her, but she kind of finds a way to fix it. It was a very good book. Then question number 5, McIntosh, a writer that has influenced or would influence your writing. Guys, I'm not a writer. I used to want to be. I still have stories in my head. I still kind of think them over when I'm reading a very boring book or watching a very boring movie, and when I'm reading a very good book, and when I'm watching a very good movie. I think my writing style is probably crappy, but the things that I loved to do and the things that were for me easy to do is a banter between friends, this chat between lifelong friends. It came easy to me. But right now, it comes in English. So I need to read more Russian literature. I need to read more literature in Russian. Then question number 6, Honeycrisps, a book you have read that is in great demand. Guys, I find out about the book that are in great demand, books that are from you. So I find out about them long after you have read them, when they are kind of not in great demand. So I'm going to show you a book that I'm looking forward to reading, that was in a great demand and probably is in a great demand. It's a fantasy. It's the Broken Earth trilogy. It's the first book, the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I haven't read it. I have heard very good things about it from different people I respect, and I'm very looking forward to reading it. So, question number 7. A writer you feel needs recognition due to stunted acclaim. Guys, I don't know what to say. Because I'm not such an experienced reader, because I have been here for a year and maybe 3 months as a watcher, as a booktube watcher, and I didn't actually wander from the beaten path. But I'd like to say about books about Russia. I think we do not read right now and do not republish books of the authors, by the authors who were popular during Soviet era. Of course, for example, Vakhtang Ananyan, who wrote books about nature and about for the high school kids and about high school kids. And I read 2 of them and loved them very much. I actually reread them every summer. They were at my grandparents' house. So, of course, these books, they were written during Soviet era, so they have this ideology of Soviet era, but they are also about people. For example, one book that can be translated as captives of the snow leopard pass. This book is about a group of high school kids who live in Armenia, in a small town, maybe small village in Armenia. So they live in mountains, and they, after school, they go for a walk somewhere up the mountains, somewhere where they didn't go before. So they cross this very difficult path, and they enjoy themselves in this wilderness, in this place that not so many people saw. But in an hour or so, snow starts falling down, and they cannot return. They cannot return through this very difficult path because it became impossible. And from this moment on, it's a survival tale. So these kids, they're not kids. They are probably 16, 15. They need to survive the winter in the mountains. They need to survive until the spring. And it's a very good book. Question number 8. Empire, a book about or set in New York. I think, guys, it was the most difficult question for me. And I think it's Sex and the City by Candace Bushnell. I don't have this book. I didn't like it. I got rid of it. And question number 9. Gala, a book that fits under many genres. I think what this question suggests is that a very good book has a bit of everything, and this a bit of everything is very well developed, and so you can categorize it in different genres. It's like a very bad book cannot be fit into any genre because it has a bit of everything, and this a bit of everything is very undeveloped. But I do not have an example for you, I'm sorry. And question number 10, Ambrosia, a long work that was easy to follow, and this is going to be Rosamunda Pilcher, Coming Home. I know that her best work probably that This Shell Seekers is considered to be her best work, but for me it's Coming Home. It was the most interesting. It's my favorite books, apart from her story collection, The Blue Bedroom. So this book is about two girls. They meet right before a school year started, and they go to the same boarding school, and they become friends. And they such a fast friends that one girl spends they spend all the summer together in one girls. They spend all the summers together. One girl, she lost her parents, and they spent all the summers together at the other girl's parents' home. Sorry, guys. It's they are growing up, and they live through World War II. They lose people they know, they lose people they liked and loved, they fall in love, they make bad decisions, they choose unwisely, they correct their mistakes. It's a very good book. Next question. And this is going to be the question number 11. Jazz, a work written in or after 2010 that demonstrates freshness and originality. Guys, I don't know what to choose. I am not the one to tell about freshness and originality, considering that before BookTube I mostly read classics, and mostly read classics published in Russia, because English classics published in Russia in English, because they're cheap, because they can be found in the public domain. So this is going to be The Black Witch by Laurie Forest. This book is not ideal. It has some drawbacks, I think some very big drawbacks, but I absolutely love the world building. I love all these different magical races, all these magical creatures, and the way these holy books are used to commit genocide and to just, I don't know, to deny other people their rights, to do basically all kinds of wrong. I like this world as much as I like Tolkien's world. That's what was fresh to me, because I haven't read fantasy, much of the fantasy lately, and I haven't read a good fantasy with a good world building. So next, question number 12, a big book that you indulged. And I'm going to show you the biggest book I own. It's just such an edition. It's Comanche Moon by Larry McMurtry. I have read all 4 books of the series. I have read them twice. I like them very much. Those are about Augustus McCrae and Woodrow Cole, Texas Rangers. They meet each other right after the 18th, I suppose. They are quite young when they meet each other. They make some bad decisions. They earn money by serving as Texas Rangers. It's a very good. It's very good books. I don't know what to tell about them. Well, question number 13. What's your favorite apple? We have very different kinds of apple here, but we have Granny Smith, and let it be Granny Smith. Apple tree, who do you tag? I tag D. Marsha Osborne. I tag Mel's Bookland Adventures. I tag Curtis Books and Films. I tag Todd the Librarian. And I tag Indie Insomniac. And it's my second attempt to bring Devon back to BookTube. I hope this one will work. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and happy reading.